What's going on, beautiful people? Ollelito back here with a brand new video on the channel. 100k squad builder today, chat. And it's going to be an exciting one. I built a really good 100k squad. I played the game now for 3-4 days and I figured out, okay, I feel pretty comfortable with actually building a 100k team, and I know some cheap hidden gems that I will be putting into this squad today. Before we jump into today's video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I would appreciate that a lot. And now let's jump into today's video. So, I recently started to actually switch formation from the 4-4-1-1 formation to the 4-4-2 formation. And 4-4-2 is, in my opinion, the best formation in the game at the moment. I think I went like 15 games in a row unbeaten in Division 3 to Division 2 in Rivals now, which is really sweaty, playing versus a lot of pros. But starting off in that, we have a keeper from the Italian league, and it's going to be Jan Sommer, 87 rated. I feel like in general in this game, chat, keepers that are high rated are usually better than, you know, the low rated keepers. You have a few lower rated keepers like Mamadashvili, who is decent, Juan Garcia from Barca and stuff, but I still think the likes of Donnarumma, Courtois, and these kind of top keepers are still the best ones. But Jan Sommer, anyway, will be the goalkeeper for me. He doesn't have any other wild playstyles. He has far reach goal, which is better at catching long shots and stuff, which is really important, of course. And for right back, we will have his teammate actually, and it's going to be Dumfries. Obviously, Dumfries only says 84 pace, but in general on this game, bigger players is actually faster in game. So the likes of Haaland is super rapid. You have Henry, who is very fast. You have Dumfries, who I feel when I play versus him, he's an absolute beast. He feels like he has 95 pace. His body type is obviously very strong. If we take a look at his stats pretty quickly, he has some decent play styles, but more important, some decent stats. And I still think stats matters this year. 84 pace with 84 physique, 79 defending, 79 dribbling. All around very good card. And yeah, he's going to be playing as a right back for us. And jumping into the center backs, first center back will be Bastoni, who I actually rate a lot this game. And the player next to him, we could have picked Pavard, we could have picked Akanji, Tomori, for example, if we really would like to, Kalulu as well in there. But I decided to go for a cheaper option. Mario Gila from Lazio, I believe that is. Anyway, Bastoni is obviously left-footed, I believe, and Mario Gila is right-footed. So we switch these in game because we want to have a left-footed center back on the left and right-footed center back on the right. Mario Gila, anyway, starting with him. 85 pace, 80 defending, 76 physique, cheap beast. Obviously I got him first owner, but he's around 2,000 coins now on the market and is worth every single penny. He is simply fantastic. Yeah, I was about to say some decent playstyles, but as he's only 79 rated, he doesn't have that many playstyles. So I decided to go for Bastoni, who has a few more playstyles than him. Bastoni, you might like a bit of pace, and if you feel like you need quicker center backs, a choice here, if you don't really like Bastoni, is to go for Tomori, for example, who is a bit quicker. But I still think Bastoni, as I said, has that kind of big body type and is still quick when it comes to it. Left back into the defensive line will be a player once again from Serie A. I could have picked Di Marco. I think Di Marco is a bit too slow this game, so I'm going for the cheap beast Nuno Tavares, who is going to be playing as a left back for us. If we take a look at Nuno Tavares' card, he has some decent playstyles actually, I think. More important though, 88 pace, 80 dribbling, 70 defending, 77 physique. 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. Overall, really good card, and I think this defensive line is actually very cheap, but very overpowered. So I like this defensive line a lot, and in general, Sommer is also doing his stuff in goal. So that's basically the defense. Jumping in now to the midfield. We will be starting off with the right-hand side, and the right-hand side will be the most expensive player in this squad. He will also play in the Serie A. This is kind of a bit of a hybrid. You will see later on what's going to happen. Christian Pulisic is going to be the most expensive player, I believe, in the squad. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, with the playstyles such as dead ball, low driven as well in white, incisive in white, which is really good for the through balls from the wing to the striker, then also quick step. Overall, fantastic card. 88 pace, 82 shooting, 80 passing, 86 dribbling, and 65 physique. One of my favorite players in this year's game, and he is really good and fast in game. Jumping over to the left-hand side, we'll once again go for a player that's playing in the Serie A. Is also playing for Lazio, and it's going to be Sakagni. Sakagni, 88 pace, 78 shooting, 87 dribbling, and 66 physique with finesse, dead ball, the new game changer one, which means that he can perform Trivela shots, which is really good, inventive, which means that he can perform Trivela passes, intercept, incisive, but also technical. And Sakagni is a player that I really enjoy. 4-star as well, acceleration type explosive, and I think the acceleration type exactly explains his kind of card very well. He's very quick in behind, very good shooting, and very good left stick. He's very smooth on the ball, and it is easy to turn with. So these wingers will be causing loads of problems for opponents when you play rivals or even for champions. I definitely promise you that. Okay, going into the CMs then. Here you have a few options. You have, basically, it's going to be Serie A again, but the strikers will be different than Serie A. That's what I'm saying. You have a few options. You have Ederson, who I actually put into the team. I spoke a lot about him at the start of the game. I think he will be, before the game released, I thought he was going to be a cheap beast. Probably my top 1 pick. He's amazing. He's almost in the Hullet gang when having, I mean, a very, very all-rounded card. Playstyles, managers have incisive long ball, then precision header, with intercept, anticipate, and aerial fortress, including relentless, which means that he can basically play a full 120 minutes without being tired. So, Ederson is going to be our first midfielder. The second midfielder, we have a few options. We have the likes of Barella, who I think if you have a bit more budget, you could go for as well. I think he's probably a better option. We have Samuel Gissa, who's kind of the same player as Ederson, but I decided to go for... Who did I decide to go for? Either Thuram or Loftus-Cheek. It's between these two. I think Loftus-Cheek, all around, if we take a look at his stats, he have a few better stats than Thuram, but if you look at playstyles, Thuram is ping pong. And to me, playstyles matters more, so that's why I'm going to put Marcus Thuram into this squad. But you could obviously put Loftus-Cheek, Barella, and if you have a bit more budget, I'm going to give you a few players to put into this squad later on. Anyway, the midfield with Ederson and Thuram will be a kind of a box-to-box midfield. Both of them are very, very good at going forward, but also very, very good at defending. So they are a bit all around, and they will both be playing as box-to-box midfielders. Now, this is where it gets spicy, because this is not going to be a full Serie A squad. I think Serie A has, in general, a lot of cheap options and a lot of cheap beasts that people are not really looking towards, because people are, in general, looking towards Premier League, La Liga, because these are the most hyped leagues. And I'm also going to look towards La Liga, but I'm not going to look towards the men's La Liga. I'm going to look towards the women Liga F. And first striker will be Pajor. Why, you may ask? Pajor, amazing stats. Finesse shot in gold, which means that finesse shots inside the box with her, they are basically top corner. She's wrapping them top corner every goddamn time. Ball control, she manages to have rapid in white. She has precision header, low driven as well, which means that you can combine with the finesse and the low driven, but also game changer, which means that she can perform Trivela shots. In general, if you look at the card, 87 pace, 88 shooting, 88 dribbling, and 71 physique. Overall, a really, really good card. Unfortunately, a 3-star, but she's a really, really good and valuable striker. The striker next to her will be actually one of the most overpowered players in the game at the moment. I'm playing with this woman in my squad myself, and yeah, she is simply unbelievable, and I'm going to explain to you why. It's Claudio Pina, by the way. So if we look at her stats, you might think, not so crazy, 79 pace, only for a striker is not that quick, 87 shooting, 83 passing, 87 dribbling, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. She has the best left stick in the game. And you look on the right-hand side, she has 3 games in Division 2 for me, scored 4 goals and assisted 5. 4 goals and 5 assists in 3 games in Division 2 against pro players. I mean, I think that says a lot. So if you go into Claudio Pina, we look at playstyle. First of all, she has the finesse shot, which means that we can perform finesses inside the box, which is fantastic. Dead ball, that makes corners, free kicks and stuff obviously more accurate and better. Low driven in gold, which means that her low driven shots are so powerful that the keeper basically can't save it. Also manages to have game changer, which means that she can shoot Trivela shots, which is a big plus. But here is where it becomes a bit interesting, chat. Tiki-taka and incisive, which means that her through balls as a striker in a 4-4-2, I think it's important to have one striker that at least manages to have incisive, because the through balls are super good in this year's game. So incisive and tiki-taka means that her through balls to the wingers are basically insane. You need to want to send your wingers a lot, but also Pajor in this case, to be able to play the through ball with Claudia Pina into the pockets of space. Once you get into the box with Claudia Pina, I mean, rip a finesse, wrap a low driven, do whatever you want. But all I'm saying, Claudia Pina is one of my favorite players in this year's game at the moment. Jumping in to the tactics, which I can't show you guys tactics, but it's basically going to be like this. So, Sommer will be on normal goalkeeping. You don't want to put any other role on him. The fullbacks will be on both fullback defend. The center backs will be on both defender. The right mid and left mid will both be on inside forward. The CMs will be on box to box for both of them. Pajor will be on advanced forward. And Claudia Pina, then you might ask, if you look at her card, if you look at her roles, she doesn't have all the roles in striker. And I'm actually going to put her as false 9. We want her to drop down a bit more and to be able to be that kind of like link in between the CMs and the striker. To be able to find Claudia Pina, then use her incisive pass and tiki-taka to our advantage, finding through balls towards the wingers or into Pajor. So, this is basically the team completed. This team around right now when I'm recording this video was 90k, so a bit cheaper than 100k. A few options then. I would go for Barella here if you have the coins. He's a bit more expensive, but I would still go for Barella over Marcus Thuram actually. I would go for Salma Paraloeu here on the left-hand side instead of Sakagni, because Salma Paraloeu is left-footed, which means that the cross shots with her from the left-hand side will be a bit more efficient than Sakagni. Ragni. For center backs, I would probably maybe go for some other center back than Bastoni. You don't really have a lot of options in the Serie A in general, but if you have more budget, that's basically my kind of recommendations. So go for Barella, go for Salma Paralueo, and then try to upgrade the team slowly. But in general, I think this team is a great starter team, and yeah, I think it's almost a 10 out of 10 in terms of 100k starter team, even cheaper than 100k. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down on the channel. I would appreciate that a lot. What do you guys think about this 100k team? I think it's a fantastic team, and don't sleep on Claudia Pina, by the way. She is one of the best players I've used this year, and she has only 5,000 coins on the market. And no, I don't have a transfer list full of her. I don't, but I'm saying Claudia Pina, what a player.